blazing so bright, calling the fight from vigilance. We stand from dawn to twilight, the empires rise and conquer. In the wild face of danger, carry on to the victory. You better take a deep breath, each dawn it brings a bitter fight. Another chill may run down your spine, fear lurks beyond the edge of sight. Carry on to the glory, to the great victory. Never give up till you die, never give up in this life. For every word that you win bright, it's time to become. Never give up on your mind, hold your weapons, strive and fight. For every kingdom that falls and rise, it's time to become legendary. Chaos for sharpening your knife, make way to find your destiny. Worship a man or a shrine, can both recall the scattered. In the wild sound of war drums, tearing down all the enemies. You better capture the arcs, the carriers may bog you down. Set up for the swiftest ride, sneaky Texas work as a best alive. Carry on to the glory, to the great victory. Never give up till you die, never give up in this life. For every word that you win bright, it's time to become. Never give up on your mind, hold your weapons, strive and fight. For every kingdom that falls and rise, it's time to become legendary. Across the ocean lands, stories will be told. How you struggle, how you try to define the world. With a sacred name, you are the one chosen to start up the storm. Never give up till you die, never give up in this life. For every word that you win bright, it's time to become. Never give up on your mind, hold your weapons, strive and fight. For every kingdom that falls and rise, it's time to become legendary.
What is going on, governors? Chiscool here, and today we're casting the very first matches of the Grand Prix. Now, we've got only a few minutes before we get into the first match, so I want to talk just a little bit up front about this format, because I think this year's version of the Grand Prix is really cool, probably one of the best versions we've seen for running the Grand Prix format. So I'll explain to you what we're watching today and over the coming weeks, because there's going to be a lot of action to watch and spectate and learn from. So consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Smash a like on the video. And you all have been asking in the chat, hey, wait a minute. We're spectating 2 WIB matches today? How's that possible? So we'll get to that in just a second. I'll remind you there's actually multiple streams going on right now, spectating many of the matches that are taking place. So let's talk about what matches are happening today. This is a 2-stage tournament. Welcome to stage 1. In stage 1, it is the qualifier round. So the qualifier round, the goal is, or really the qualifier stage 1, is to get 8 teams, okay? Those 8 teams will match up against the winners of each of the realms. 4 from the international server, 4 from the Chinese server. All right? So there's a lot going on. Those teams that won their realms, automatically, they just go straight to stage 2. So stage 1 is all about figuring out who really has the chops to go and face them. All right? So the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th ranked teams in each of the realms is going to be doing battle today. And also, there are 4 registered teams from those servers as well. Chat says, Chisk will kiss me. Hey, yo, keep it together, chat. We're just explaining the rules. Keep it together. All right. So there was a group drawing for those teams. There's 4 groups. It's going to be round robin. That's what we're spectating today. All right. So the winner from each of those round robin groups will advance to stage 2. So all of this is happening for the international servers. All of this is happening for the Chinese servers. And that gets us to our 8 total teams that advance. 4 from the international, 4 from the Chinese servers. All right. So it's a bunch of teams compressed into a round robin where each of those pushes forward only one winning team that advances to stage 2. That's where we're at, chat. Now, the matches are going to start in just a minute. We're going to be spectating first the W34X versus WIB match. And we will watch WIB again later in the stream. They'll be battling against 16 OT later in stream. But before that, we're actually going to jump to a different grouping. And we're going to spectate the matchup between AVG and GV77. So we have 3 matches we're casting this stream. I think they're going to be pretty hype. And in general, I think the action is just going to heat up as we get further and further into this tournament. All right. So chat, you totally get the format now, right? Right? You get it? You got the format? Our international server kingdoms going to be battling against the Chinese server kingdoms in stage 2. Stage 1, there's 2 huge groupings. There's an international server grouping and there's a Chinese server grouping, and 4 teams from each of those huge groupings advances to stage 2. Glad you asked that clarifying question. Chat, if you've got questions, you're not the only one. Get your questions in. Now's the time. Because in just a minute, the match begins. First one. Very hype. Okay. On my end here, I am ready to spectate. In just a moment, we'll be able to do that, which is super hype. W34X versus WIB. It's open to spectators in just a few seconds here, chat, and we'll jump right in. The match is on a slight delay, so it's not real time. And that allows us to see things like some of the skills, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to smash spectate on my end. And we're going to jump in here and start the very first match. Super hype. Here we go. All right, everybody. We are in the match. W34X versus WIB. I can see W34X is mostly entered. Looks like they have, or are continuing to perhaps, enter in strategically in order. This is very common. If you're newer to Ark of Osiris, this may not matter as much to you, but advanced players, they go in a very specific order, get their cities exactly where they want them in this entry. All right. Teams have almost completely entered, and in just 2 minutes, the match begins. So chat, what do you expect is going to happen in this match? Do you think it's going to be defined by arcs? Or do you think it's going to be defined instead? Ooh, look at all these cities porting in. Dude, look at the city themes here also. Interesting. Do you think it will instead be defined by buildings? Kind of cool you can see the city themes now. Arc always arc, chat says. Everyone thinks it's going to be the Arc game. We'll find out in a minute. Interesting that the teams have sort of chosen different themes here. You can see, like, oh, there's the infantry player. Okay. Okay. We got a few of them. Interesting. Teams have made their strategic choices, but everybody's got access to the same building blocks in this special Grand Prix environment. 30 seconds, chat, until the fun begins. And of course, we've got the Scuffed Tigers here with their mark on the temple as the Season 8 winners. 10 seconds. Which team do you think's winning? Drop some hype in the chat. Here we go. Troops are out. Ooh, there goes Eleanor. It's going to be fun to see what commander pairings are used here. I always really enjoy this aspect of the sort of theory crafting that goes into Ark of Osiris. This ends up making a bigger impact than you would think, especially for the mid fights. Here we go. W34X, Meet a New World versus Watch It Burn. Going into the outpost here, and then I assume they're going to leapfrog their way out of there. Give themselves some hasty departure march speed, and grab these obelisks off rip here. It's a race to the obelisks. I don't think we would expect any shenanigans at the start of the fight. You know what I mean. And I don't think we're expecting any weird obelisk maneuvers. There's Energetic. All right. Looking pretty even, honestly. So now we just hunt for where the first fight's going to be. Almost certainly it's going to be battling for the altars. Troops moving in. What do we got? Joan? Justinian. Ooh. A little bit of flavor here with these Justinians. Huo? You expect to see that. Yeah, Huo William is kind of what I would expect to see here. And then Joan with Nevsky. You expect to see these combos. Of course, I can sort of recognize the way the commanders look here. I'm expecting players to be using 3 cavalry marches, 1 infantry march, and probably 1 filler or archer march. That's how I would expect this to go. All right, folks, prepping for this first fight. What's it gonna be? Troops in position. Looks like WIB arriving first to their altar, which makes sense. And W34X also on time to their altar. I mean, this is very much mirrored gameplay here that we're seeing, which just makes sense. Here comes a rally. I assume it will get canceled. Herman Prime as the primary is really interesting. Going for that support tree is common for Arc. Ooh, might have been a little late on that cancel. Big moves here by 34X engaging in the open field. And they start to eat some of these marches. And the eating's good. It's free. W34X backing off here. Fun fact, I actually just played in KVK against W34X. And there is really no denying that they are very good in the open field. And Ark of Osiris has a ton of open field gameplay. So they could do very, very well today. Pulling from their open field. I wanted to use the word experience, but I think skill is the better word. We're tunneled in on this brawl over here. There is another brawl going down in the south, almost certainly. I think that W34X is winning this, which makes sense because they had such a good engage at the start there, with that rally being canceled just a hair too late. Let's go check out the other altar. Uh-oh. Garrison's getting a little swarmed here, but I think that each team's kind of got control of their respective sides of the map. We did see this flip blue briefly, so let's just peek in here. Looks like it's building red now, and we're building blue over here. So we're kind of chilling on both sides, although... Big WIB swarm. Hold up. Big WIB swarm. They take the building. This is a pretty big moment at this particular building. This is going to force W34X to have to take this back or surrender the points, which they don't want to do. I don't think the first... Yeah, no, there's no first capture on this yet, too. So they really have to get this now. This is a big deal. And WIB knows it. They're sending more to support. Granted, they've been a little beat up. The Garrison steps away, but not gonna make it. Ah, oh, imagine, man. If they could have held on for not even 30 seconds more, they'd have had a big Garrison march get in there. Wait. They got it back? And now they've got a full captain? Trouble in paradise for W34X. Let's look in the middle. We don't have much time. 4 minutes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a big moment here. W34X should have no problem regaining control of this Sky Altar by the time they need to have it for the first capture. Although, uh-oh. They got to do something here. Here comes a few marches. Could use a rally. How are we looking here? 1 minute and 50 seconds. There's still time to get control of this thing. Looking to the middle, because there's only 3:30 left till this happens. Side ambushing going on here for W34X. Everybody's getting to the middle. Except for this. These first capture points are pretty big. Solo Swarm Huo is not going to get the job done here. Looks like they're just kind of running in and swinging as fast as they can. Which is not what you would expect to see. It feels like one or two players are just throwing everything they can at the wall here to see what sticks. I don't know that this is necessarily the best way to go take one of these buildings, but I'll say this. If it gets it done in 55 seconds, then it's good enough. At this point, it's really all that matters. And it's looking like this instinct to just say, you know what, I got to start this swarm now is going to pay off potentially. Here comes the rally. This is... Wait. Yeah, there is a rally in there. That's the thing they need. They're going to get this building, I think, in the next 27 seconds. And then we go spectate the middle. Big plays here at the Sky Altar. WIB putting a lot of pressure on W34X. 34X, however, mostly at the temple, ready for action. 1:45 till the very first arc fight. Chat, drop some hype. Who's going to win this first arc fight? Who do you think? John says WIB for sure. Danger Zone says WIB. $489 will win. If only $489 were here. They're not even here and they're going to take the arc, huh? Chiscool's winning the arc fight? Okay. Yeah, this is why you got to be the commentator, as you always win. Okay. Chat, let's rein it in. We got 45 seconds. This is serious. Big plays for the arc about to happen. Interesting that both teams are kind of holding out until the arc actually has spawned in. WIB is, of course, in the better position here to just grab the arc. It doesn't seem like much, but the field position they have is better for a quick yoink. Okay, there it is. Bog down. March speed reduction. Defense impaired. Dust up. Mirrored gameplay on both sides. It's actually kind of exciting. Both teams thinking the same thing here. And now the fun begins. Who's it gonna be, chat? Total Vision! Okay, 4 more points deployed by 34. This is a big deal. They have to win this arc now, or they are behind for the next arc. WIB starting to run away with this arc, though. Carrier is down. I think 34, with the use of that extra skill, is in a pretty good spot for this arc, potentially. They are moving it. There's the carrier, highlighted on screen. Carrier down. Who's it gonna be, chat? This is kind of exciting. You don't normally see a prolonged mid-fight. I think Blue's got this, though. It's looking pretty blue. My years of spectating experience tell me this is flipping blue. But that said, will WIB take it on the backswing? Very common tactic. For teams that lose the mid-fight, they take it on the backswing. So now it's all about the escort. And we're going to keep our eye on this carrier, even though there will be action other places. Because this carrier's got to go on a good route. What does good mean? Well, they can't go close to any buildings. They probably want to hold this arc instead of just scoring it right away. What do you think, chat? We holding this arc or are we scoring it? What are we doing with this arc? Chiscool has plenty of experience with unescorted arcs. See, chat knows. Scoring it, chat says. Well, Rally's coming in. Justinian Nevsky. What a powerful rally, man. You don't want to see this rally come in when you have no field support to pressure the rally. This rally is somewhat swarmable, though. So if you had the field, you could do it. But the folks rotating out of middle are filling the garrison here, and that is going to be enough to hold down that garrison. So if they want to score, they could do it. And it does look like that is their intention. The yellow line here is signaling they're on their way to this Shrine of War. Oh, no, wait. Now I see yellow line is going back to the cities. Either they unintentionally returned all their marches home, or they're just running this thing home. Either would be reasonable. If you want to hold the arc, grabbing it into the cluster of cities here is really the way to go. And we're keeping our eye on this arc, even though I know there's action other places, because I've been in games where I wasn't watching the arc. It gets ambushed, and everybody's like, Chiscool, the arc. So what? How did it get ambushed? So we watch the arc for the most part. But what W34X has lost here is the altar. And they've lost that altar, which is very common after a arc fight that you win. Because you have all these marches in the middle that are low health. Meanwhile, the enemy has already ran back out with freshies toward your buildings. So winning the arc creates a logistics problem. That logistics problem is not having fresh troops in the action when your enemy does. They're holding it to let the bar fill back up. I think that is a great insight, chat. So given that, you can see the bar here, total vision was used. They are lower on points to use, which means if they simply hold the arc, that will force WIB to either use points inefficiently or waste points and sit at a 10 out of 10 bar. They got to hold it. 34X has to hold it. There goes the Skippy A. March into the field. No, that's a rally. Ooh. I mean, you know, your boy Cheese over here is a little bit of an infantry fan. Little bit of an infantry fan. The thing that's a little bit weird about an infantry rally in this current arc meta is that because everybody's running calves in the field, how do you reinforce this rally? You kind of can't. That's the issue. Rally does have a little bit of support, but not as much as the garrison will here. Marches going through the caravans. Rally's gonna connect. And there is just a ton of presence here. So WIB is looking pretty good defensively. I'm going to check in on this arc, make sure it's just chilling, which it is just chilling among the cities here. They are moving in to recapture their building. And I think this is looking very good for 34X. WIB looking stronger in their building game, but not by enough to offset these arcs. We don't need support, we only need good trades. You know, that is what every great arc captain has said. It's not about the scoreboard, it's about the trades. Oh, chat, is my sarcasm too much today? Might be. Here we go, Sky alter switches. All right, and speaking of alters switching, look at this. W34X looking real good here. It's not too much. The sarcasm is okay, chat says. It is exactly the kind of casting you're here for. Very, very well then. Kind of cool to see the leadership garrison in action here. I assume that's a YSS. Oh, yeah. There goes the boats. Somebody's got to carry the boats. And YSS will be that commander today. This is looking like a really great position for 34X. Danger Zone says, not to spoil any game, but this is the only one that's this close. This is a pretty close leaderboard, yeah. This is anybody's game. Great one to spectate. Looking here to see if we'll get some action at the Desert Altar. The setup is here. The rally is not. All right. They move in. Energetic from WIB. Yeah, WIB is in just such a weird spot. They have to spend their points because they're probably capping at 10. The fight is in. Energetic also deployed by 34. I love when chat gets my meme references. Eleanor looking very stalwart here. Incoming rally. Woo! Skippy-A! Getting very swarmed, unfortunately for him. And like I said, like, how do you reinforce this rally when every march on the field is cavalry? You know, in KVK, what you can do is you can just stuff with anything. And when things calm down, you kick out the wrong troop types. Pro tip. Dang. You learned something new today? Throw a like on the stream. Consider subscribing. Field position here, really the building position, I should say, is relatively even with the exception of this right over here. Little outpost. Giving some points. Arc is still in hand, by the way. Arc is just chilling. Staying warm by the hearth at this frosty city. Something like that anyways. Oh, boy. It must be too early for Chisquel jokes. Shrine of War under attack. WN player, chat says. Shrine of Life under attack. Let me tell you, it's great to be a Cav player if you like Ark of Osiris. It's all about the march speed. It really is. I mean, we haven't really talked about this, but just look at what civ they are. And you can tell the civ, because, like, well, actually, that's a regular Cav unit. That's a regular Nth unit. Right? They're just all got to be Ottoman, with the exception of the rally leads, you know? And there it is, the Ottoman special unit. Right? Like, the power of that civ really kind of represented here. Also, great play by WIB, just fully disrupting the backline on these outposts. Looks like one of those got recapped, but it's good disruption, honestly. Disrupts the point flow. Both sides really need to be doing it. And at this point, we're just kind of chilling. Everybody's chilling. WIB's getting a little bit of incremental scoreboard value, maybe, but not by much. Not by enough to offset this arc. But also, the board is still going to be so close that the second arc is going to be critical, which is exactly what you want to see. Also, WIB is 100% bleeding ability points right now. They're basically stun locked here. Yep, see? They had to do something. Hard push. So they activate hard push because they think they can get enough of their points back by the time the arc spawns in, which is probably true. Hard push is a nice one for taking buildings, so let's see what happens here. WIB looking to make a play on buildings in these final minutes before the arc gets captured and the mid-fight begins anew. Okay. Very exciting. W34X takes the Sky Altar. How much does the arc give? The number of points the arc gives goes up over the course of the match. Dido Garrison? You don't see that every day. Yeah, 3K for the first arc. Then it's 3.5. Then third arc is 4K. Yeah, it just keeps going up. That's right. It's still a very close game. It's honestly anybody's game to win. And for those of you that have noticed, this is a great stream to be active in the chat. As we get closer and closer to the final stages of the tournament, which is at this point weeks away, there's going to be more and more people spectating each of the matches, which makes it harder and harder to react to each comment in the chat. So this is a great chat to get your questions in, share your thoughts. So look at the Saladin, man. What's going on here? Chat says, did you read the new migration update mail today? I actually did not. I was prepping for today's stream. So I sort of get up, grab some caffeine, prep for stream. I do, of course, spend the AP on my accounts. I'm not a savage. But no, I have not had a chance to read through in-game mails yet. Hidden sentry down. Arc has been captured. 8 minutes till the arc fight. Well, 8 minutes till the arc spawns in. I would expect the fight to happen within 2 minutes of the arc spawn. This is anybody's match to win or lose. Such a close game. This is a great game. This is what you want to see. This is anybody's match. I would say 34 is a little more dominant in the field and arc. WIB is a little more dominant on these buildings. Ooh. 34 using Dust Up. That signals what they might use in this next fight. That is such an interesting choice. WIB mirrors, Dust Up. Wow. Okay. That is very interesting. So they're going to use a 6-point ability and a 4-point ability for this next arc. That would be my guess. That's a big signal that just happened. Good old Huo Garrison captain. Oh, you don't always have a captain in the garrison, you know? Shrine here did flip hands. See? Both sides are using Huo. New meta. Chat says stocking up. I mean, I think we're looking at like to the death plus total vision or something like that, right? Or bogged down. Probably bogged down, honestly. It's off cooldown at this point, right? Just kind of cruising through the battle. I think Sky Altar is kind of where the most action is at the moment. Chat commenting on the number of views in some of the other streams. Yeah, so, I mean, look, these are this is like the group stage, all right? This is like, you've got stage 1 of the tournament, but then after all these matches, things are going to really heat up in stage 2 of the tournament, okay? So this round robin, this is in a lot of ways kind of like a warm-up for what is to come. Kind of looking around the map here, things getting somewhat stable with the exception of this push on the Shrine of War. Big Skippy A rally. A lot of people probably haven't even noticed that the Grand Prix started. Yeah, so I mean, I think the in-game events are sort of on their way. And in this stage 1, this is much more about like, all right, who really makes it to the big stage, stage 2 of this tournament. And I think it's really awesome that the tournament does have sort of this division of a stage 1 series of rounds and a stage 2 to figure out who really can hang in that stage 2 tourney. Desert Altar, big swarm. You know, I would say Eleanor had a very minimal impact on KVK situations, but look how transformative it is for Arc. It is like the definitive garrison here for Arc. It's Cav meta, baby. Cav players can rejoice. It's a Cav Arc meta. Ooh! Big play by WIB right now. Controlling the temple. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. This is an early-ish push that could backfire, but probably not. The only way this could backfire is if 34X marches get completely sad-faced and then can re-enter the mid-fight after they come back fresh. That would be a problem for WIB. That's the reason you don't want to take an arc fight too early, for those of you wondering. You don't want to take an arc fight so early that your enemy comes back fresh and the arc hasn't even spawned in yet. Chat's asking if Zizka's better. I mean, I don't think Jan Zizka's better. The thing is that if these folks aren't using it, it's probably not better. Like, This is likely to be meta, what you see happening on screen. It's either meta or meta adjacent. Like these teams know what they're doing. It can't be far off. Chat, you liking this background music? This push by WIB is really major. I can't overstate how big of a play this is right now. Like, temple area is clean, but here's what I think 34 should do. I think 34 should full send into this ball, get themselves sad face, come back fresh, and win the arc. I think it is actually very achievable for them to do that right now. This is a dangerous thing for WIB. I think this call right here is very bad. Not to be judgmental, because like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think this is opening up the worst scenario. And so I think the only reason WIB would take people out of mid right now is if they think they need to gamble this arc, which I don't think they need to do either. But I also think this is a mistake by 34 to actually go support this building instead of going mid. They have a minute to get there. They're just not going to go for it at all. It's shocking to me. Do they not realize how exposed this arc is now? I guess they don't. GG. I mean, this is exactly what WIB wanted. This is not the play in my opinion. I would push that arc. I mean, you heard me call it like 5 minutes ago. I was like, yeah, the one thing that could go wrong is if they push too soon. Like, all they need to do is just walk around all this and just lose a few buildings, but take the arc, win the game, in my opinion. But yeah, WIB's definitely got this arc now. Yeah, no, these refreshed marches from 34 just seem unproductive. So that whole, oh yeah, and they're playing the outside. They have completely abandoned the idea that they're getting this arc, which I think is not the play. Personally, I would have liked to have seen them make the call to go for this arc. If all these marches had instead gone to middle, like they would be on top of this carrier right now, right? It would literally, yeah, see? This guy just rolled up. Like, they could have their full ball on this arc right now, and they would be walking away with the arc, in my opinion. Okay, well, let's see if 34 is able to snipe the arc and take it to this desert altar. It is possible. They are setting up for it. They need a garrison captain, but they're setting up. So now WIB is up. Well, they're not up yet. They have to actually secure this arc. And WIB may have overcommitted to this northern position, although they're fully reset. It does look like 34 has now realized, wait a minute, we can get this arc, can't we? Yes. Yes, you can. So now, I think WIB is on the back foot, actually. WIB is on the back foot. They need to protect this arc. Arc is going into sort of neutral land, which I think is smart. I think that with enough time, WIB wins this arc. So what we need to see from 34 for them to score this arc is to act fast. It has to be fast. Energetic from WIB. Interesting choice. I don't know if they realize how much danger they're in right now. They do not. They do not exactly realize the danger they're in. So where do you take this arc right now? Oof. I don't know if they're going to be able to pick it up, though. I don't know that 34 can pick up this arc. What are the points per minute right now? 660 to 440. So 34X is also favored in the points per minute. So if they widen this gap enough, it's just not going to matter. They go win even without the arc. But I would say WIB has been dominant in buildings this whole time. So I would not count on 34 opening the gap from buildings. They kind of have to get this arc, like honestly. Given the way the rest of this match has gone. But this is the problem, is this took too long. And now WIB is all over this thing. Which would be my expectation, because, you know, it's the distance. It's a distance problem. If they stall this arc enough, they could win. If they stall the arc long enough, and they continue to hold this building for a long time, then maybe they can, yeah. It could come down to a building game. Is WIB going to score this thing right away or what? They probably hold it. Unless they think they're going to lose. Here's what I think WIB does. I think WIB holds the arc. I think they push the buildings. They see if they can get the building game in their favor again. And if they can, they just claim the W. These points per minute are a problem for WIB, though, honestly. 34X might actually be achieving escape velocity here. There's still enough time left, but, like, stuff's got to change if that's going to be a reality for WIB. Oh, that altar. Oh, the reinforcements. Herman Prime Garrison doing the work. Wow. Now Eleanor's in. Rowley's in as well. Ooh, chat, this is close. Also, what has WIB done with their ability points? Both teams have kind of like got to have stuff saved up here. What tricks are up their sleeves is really the question. You think we got master strategy in there? Yeah, master strategist, maybe. All right, so WIB gets control of their altar, and that changes the texture of this points per minute situation. But not by enough. They need something else. They need more disruption. They're not going to get it over here just yet. $3,500 points isn't enough. No, it's not. Chat, it could come down to provisioning. This could be a provisioning game, honestly. Check if anyone's doing that provisioning. Doesn't look like either side is provisioning, right? We'd see the marches if they were. And it's all just fog of war. Wow. Well. It only took 5 minutes for just to go from WIB is dominant in buildings to, oh, look at the points, not enough. So the thing is that WIB was coming back from the arc fight. So if they're going to be able to swing back onto the field, it's got to be nowish. If they can't do it now, they're in trouble. But there's one building. They're doing that building push now. But is it enough? They lost their own Shrine of War. Ooh. 34 might be able... Oh, they scored the arc. Wow. All right, so WIB basically said, we can't win on buildings. Or if we can, it's going to be close enough that we're not sure. So they score the arc is what they did there. We need more buffer. They are more confident that they can win on this final arc than they can win on buildings. Makes it more fun that they scored the arc. I agree. I completely agree. What a great match, man. And it's kind of cool that I actually am familiar with both of these teams pretty in depth. Having fought many times in the past against 1846 and having just fought against W34X. Pretty cool. This is turning into a great match, honestly. Bro is having a flashback. That's a stroll down memory lane. Nice commentary. GG's. Gotta focus on your match. Right on. Glad you're having a good time. Woo! Look at those synchronized Justinians. Flashing their book knowledge. I actually really like that animation. Although, you know, obviously the anchor flying from the sky is the best animation. And the new ship city theme is the greatest city theme of all time. Can't convince me any other way that the new city theme isn't the greatest ever. Just on appearance. I'm not even talking about the stats, but you could argue it's also greatest ever from a stats standpoint. Love to see this variety in the garrison choices. There's that staggered formation for reinforcing. That's pretty cool, actually. Flips WIB. All right, so how about mid? Oh, here we go. 4 minutes. This is it. Chat, this is it. 34's got the lead, so... At the end of the day, they either need to stall or cap this arc. WIB has a different mission. WIB must get this arc. Because WIB must get this arc, that gives 34 a lot of options. WIB looking to repeat that play where they push, and this guy's saying, follow me, to his teammates. Like, get out of the middle. Don't get yourself KO'd before the fight. Yeah, this is... WIB is just... They're running it back, bro. They are running it back. They said, hey, you know what we did with the arc last time? Do it again. That's what this is showing me right here. Do it again. All right. They're getting set up to just run it back. The thing is, with 3 minutes till arc spawn, there's plenty of time for anything to happen. It's a ton of time for plays to be made. All right. All right. 2:30 till arc. This is kind of a big moment here. This is the match-defining moment. Less than 10 minutes left in the game. It's going to be 7 minutes and 15 seconds to take this arc somewhere productive. Yep, 34. Looks like they're getting ready to push here. They might want to clean up that engage a little bit. That's not amazing. So what I'm commenting on is the fact that there's guys all the way in the back that just got hit with the bog down that aren't even getting into the fight until 10 to 15 seconds later. To the death for both sides. This is it. This is it, chat. Drop some hype. Who's it going to be? Put a 34 in the chat if you think it's going to be W34X. Put WIB in the chat if you think it's going to be WIB. This is for the whole thing. Winner take all on this arc. What rewards do the winners get? Well, this is the group stage of the tournament. Oh my gosh, dude, I think 34 is just crushing this. Oh my gosh. Like absolute dominance. Holy. I told you guys 34 was good in the field. I told you. I told you I just played against him in KVK. And in my videos, I mentioned that, like, I haven't taken negative trades like that, or even just trades like that in general, in a while. Possibly ever. It was crazy, bro. Yeah, they take this arc. Now, you may think, oh, GG, it's over. Not even close, bro. It ain't over till this arc is scored. So what they do now will determine if they win or lose. Because if they don't protect this arc enough, they're going to lose. I mean, like, WIB is going to... Look, WIB is going to go for this arc, right? They're going to try to take back their Sky Altar. I suppose that's an okay activity. I don't think so, though. I think you... Dude, I don't think this is the right thing to do. I think literally every March has to go to this carrier. Or it's over. It is over, bro. If you do not get this arc. This is it. I feel like almost the zoomed out view is kind of better right now to just see, like, where's everybody going, right? Like, these guys are trying to swing around the back, which I think is good. This swing through the front ends up being really bad, I think, for 34, although it's not terrible, I guess. I mean, they get their marches sad-faced, and then they can go protect their dark carrier. That should be the goal. And, like, you can see the ambush is being set up here on this carrier. And funny enough, like, all it's going to take is this one march to knock down the carrier and start a cycle of that for it to be a big problem. Although these are T1s, bro. You think the T1s are going to get it done? How healthy is this carrier? I don't know, man. T1s to the rescue. Nope. Nope. .34 is looking pretty good on this arc. 34 is looking pretty good on this arc. They need some speed, man. This is it. Like, I am Cat's 3 marches. They either knock down this arc carrier or it is over. The only thing that keeps them in this game is knocking down this carrier right now. And that just keeps them in the game. They still have to do all the other steps that are going to be really hard with the arc on the doorstep here. Raw ability stepping in. Let's see if he gets it done. Carrier's pretty healthy. I've got their march highlighted. 150k left in the carrier march. Cat's march is getting ambushed here. He's not going to get there in time. This could be it! Legacy trying to step in. Carrier seconds away from the cap. Woo! Shedding tears. Oh, the emojis. There it is. 34. Locking in the W. GG's. Now hold up. The whole map is red. Chat, the whole map is red. What's the points per minute? It's not enough. Yeah, see, they'll flip for points, but not soon enough. Oh, wow. Look at this map. The whole thing's red. Wow. It's not enough. There aren't enough minutes left in the match for that to matter. Whoo! What a game. Now, you know what's cool, chat, is right when this match ends, we take a 5-minute intermission, and then we've got another match. So right after this, we have AVG versus GV77. That is literally 5 minutes after this match ends. So if you're thinking, okay, I saw who won, it's over, I'm going to move on, do something else with my day. No. We got another big match coming up here. AVG, GV77. GV77 should be pretty strong, though. I think that would be my assumption as well, going into that. But I wouldn't underestimate any team in this tournament. Anybody can show up big and get W's. I mean, at the start of this stream, there were a lot of folks vocal saying WIB will win, and here we are. So it's very hard to predict who is going to win these matches. Points per minute here. Look at that. Even at a diff of 540 points per minute, with 2 minutes left, it's just not enough to close this gap. That's the problem. Is AVG the same one from 1307? I don't actually know. I would kind of assume so, but... Ooh-wee. Double WIB games? Yes, so... This is stage 1 of the Grand Prix. In stage 1 of the Grand Prix, there are 4 groups. Okay, 16 teams. 4 groups of 4. And they are playing round robin. So each group is going to have 1 team advance. So your team plays every other team in your group for round robin. That's how we have double WIB games. Now, theoretically, WIB can still win their group. But they need to win every single one of their remaining matches, and 34 would need to lose all their remaining matches. They have to be lucky. Or good. Or both. Really both. It's hard to come back from a loss in the group stage, because the reality is that only 1 team advances. So taking an L at any point is not where you want to be. WIB 16 OT rematch. Yeah, so I'm going to be casting that in like an hour and 10 minutes from now. But with this match concluded, W34X locks in a win for their record. Remember, 1 team from each group will advance, but we're about to spectate another match. We have only 5 minutes. So GG's, congratulations to W34X. Big win. Well played for sure. really by both teams. There were good moves all throughout the match. The back and forth was really exciting to watch. But for now, we go to a very brief intermission. And I'll see you in just a few minutes for the next match, all right? See you in just a few, everybody. Stick around. You don't have to go to another stream. You just chill where you are. We'll be back in just a moment for the next match.
Sticks and stones may break your bones, but you are stronger than the heaviest waves. The earthquake won't shake you, 'cause you are the king, you are the queen, you are the truth of the land. You rise up higher, reach for the sky, hold on to your weapons, which pry. You rise up higher, conquer the arc, get ready to fight for your life. You rise up high, to the highest ground of the pyramid of life. Let the spirit get you high, 'cause you are the king, you are the queen, you will rise up to the top. Dying night, the shadow of the bleeding night. The sword is losing its light, there's nowhere to hide. It's time to face the dark and fight them back. The moon is turning into evil red, burns the desert into ash, ruin the ark with chaos fire, yeah. Survivors won't pray for luck, belief could be hard as rocks, go against the deepest dark. The sagas calling you above the sky. This war will end with the bravest man. Stand down, regroup for the fight. Now we've come back. I'm wondering who I am. Born through the fire, chasing for the meaning of the endless fighting. Who I am, the hands of flame. Would I be a hero? Would I see my neverland? I'll fight for the dreams that you had. Believe in your friends, get ready for the world's fight. You know who I am. Let's fight on time. Illuminate and leave the sky till the dawn comes back to life. Dying night, the shadow of the lonely night. The sword is losing its light, there's nowhere to hide. It's time to face the dark and fight them back. The sand is turning into evil black, burns the desert into ash, ruin the ark of chaos fire, yeah. Survivors won't pray for luck, belief could be hard as rocks, go against the deepest dark.
All right. I told you it'd be a short intermission. We're back for the next one. AVG versus GV77. Match begins in 3 minutes. Gee. Woo! It's an action-packed morning, baby. Let's go. Let's get a quick little peek here. These folks are porting in. Some familiar names on the screen, that's for sure. I haven't seen some of these players in a long time. Ah, spectating. It's like a trip down memory lane. A lot of names that I recognize, actually. It's kind of crazy. Have I had a chance to do the new arms training in Silk Road yet? I started to do the arms training event. Well, chat, what do you think it's gonna be here? Do you think this is gonna be defined by arcs? Or do you think this is going to be defined by buildings? Also kind of hilarious that Mr. Hope is here, because He's one of the only players in the game who has less power in this game mode than he would normally have. That's funny. I'm sorry, but that is funny. This is actually a debuff for him. Tough life at 465 million power when you're used to being like 2 billion. All right, very exciting. It's going to be a big match. "20 seconds till it begins." Here we go. Here we go. Energetic, active off rip here. Both teams mirrored energetic. Okay. About what you would expect here, chat. Do you think we're going to see anything unusual? I mean, I think it's just very standard openers at this point. The Fog of War allows for, I think, more unexpected gameplay, but I think this opener is just very standard. Here we go. Obelisk. Flipping to. Boom. Red first. No. Simultaneous. Basically simultaneous. Cool. Good to see that, honestly. Next one. Ooh. It's about the same time. Okay. Everybody's moving in. I think the best view is actually this one. I used to zoom in and look around, but I think this is much more informative. You're new to Rock? What is this? Oh boy. So this is Ark of Osiris. And everybody can play Ark of Osiris, but this is the Grand Prix. It's the best of the best. Now, this is stage 1 of the Grand Prix. So when I say it's the best of the best, technically we're still figuring out who makes it to stage 2. Where now we're talking about best of the best. But these teams are still like really good. So they basically took 2nd place, 3rd place, and 4th place teams from each realm, along with a few community built teams. So these are all very good teams. All right, so we can kind of see that it's almost fully mirrored in their gameplay. Kind of impressive. The only difference, I think, is that blue is committed more to their Sky Altar, whereas you can see it's a little bit lighter for GV77. And blue might be moving to capitalize on that, which is kind of exciting. We also see a little bit less of a push here from AVG to, honestly, to the entire middle of the map. So if I were picking a place where something could happen that sort of, air quotes, shouldn't, it's the Desert Altar. I think this Desert Altar could flip red. I also think they might be setting up for a big play here on Sky, which could pan out. Are they combining with the Chinese servers again? Yes, but not yet. So in this stage of the tournament, there will be 4 winners from the international servers and 4 winners from the Chinese servers. So there's 2 separate brackets still. One for international servers, one for the Chinese servers. And in each of those brackets, you have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place teams from their divisions and some community teams slugging it out in a round robin. So there's 4 groupings in the round robin, and only 1 team from each grouping advances. So that ultimately in stage 2 of the tournament, what you'll have is the 4 winners of each of their divisions from the international servers and the Chinese servers, and the 4 winners from both the international servers and the Chinese servers from stage 1 of the tournament, which is what we're spectating right now. Big fight here on top of this building, by the way. Desert Altar. Ooh. Gorgo Garrison. That's a fun twist. What do you think of that, chat? That's kind of cool to see. A little bit of a mix-up here. AVG is able to take this shrine. AVG also took this shrine. I mean, I feel like you'd rather have the altar, but I don't know. Depends on if you can get the initial capture points. This is pretty big for initial capture points. So there's a lot going on this map. I think the place to look is the Shrine of War. I think it's unlikely this Shrine of War holds. Yeah, the shrines will give buffs for the mid-fight. That is true. I think this swarm is going to get the job done. All right. 1 building flips. Rally in. Ooh. Dude, AVG is making moves on these buildings, bro. I think AVG might be going building game, honestly. I think this could be a building game we're about to see. I love that we're getting a little bit of a different experience here from the first match we spectated, where it's like mirrored gameplay, go for arcs. I think we're going to see building game. I think this is it. This garrison, though, that ain't it. I'll tell you that much. Ayo. But, you know, when you take a building, you have what you have. Herman Prime OP for real? No, you're right. New garrison meta! You know, sometimes you just have what you have. AVG flips the altar. Yeah, they're not going mid, man. There's no way. There's no way. Ooh. Siege units. Let's go. Yo, if you're a ranged player, put it in the chat. Let's go Siege Tower. Yeah. There it is, baby. Honestly, I think the siege play is kind of a fun one. They gave up mid? Actually, no. AVG is a menace on all the buildings, and they have more presence in the middle. AVG low-key playing like they have twice as many players. What is happening? Yo, AVG is all over this map. What is happening right now? Wait. Wait. Hello? Get your obelisk back. I was like, hold up. Hey, yo. Do they know? Hey, hold up. Paging GV77. Oh, no, this guy doesn't even notice. Uh-oh. Hey, yo. Has AVG figured it out yet? Or... Look at all these buildings flip red. Oh my god. GV77 now looking like they're running the building game. Dude, this is crazy. What is actually happening in this game? All right, that flipped blue. Okay. 1 minute and 46 left. Oh, man. GV77, can they get to this arc in time? But also, like, it's not exactly like AVG has got the biggest mid presence right now. Dude, this match is crazy. This is the swingiest match I've cast in I don't know how long. Backswing, maybe? Could be. Could be that GV77 just tries to take this arc on the backswing. Not a lot of time for this arc, man. If GV77 is going to do something, they got to move in now. But they just don't have the presence yet. They are gathering, though, so that's kind of interesting to see. Dust up for 77. What are these guys up to, man? Master Strategist play right now will be crazy. Too late for the arc. They could Master Strategist onto the arc right now. I think it would not be unreasonable. There it is. Sneaky tactics! Sneaky tactics. Let's go. Okay. Arc is in. But they're invisible. They're invisible. Oh my gosh. It was all part of the plan. Nobody's protecting the carrier. They go for like the one exposed guy. Oh, man. Oh, man. GV77 with the tricks. What I do find kind of weird is that they're not just coming out of stealth and all fighting at once. I feel like this is a mistake. Like, I thought the play to go in stealth was cute, but, like, why are they just delaying the arc instead of winning the arc? I feel like they could have just won the arc now. So now I'm like, W big brain play, and I've gone back to, wait, what? What's happening? They're just stalling it. They're just, like, 93 stalling this arc, I guess, for points. They've got the buildings, I guess. But, like, they also could be holding the arc right now with that play they did. They're going buildings, causing panic only. I guess. I'm not convinced. They're not really winning on buildings either. Not by enough. And I know the points per minute might be decent now, but they're not holding enough altars for this to be a thing. Stall for points is reasonable. Yeah, only if you hold enough of these altars, which they aren't. I don't know about that, man. I'm not one to question the tactics of 77, but that is an interesting choice. Well, I guess we see how long they hold these buildings for. Isn't that what 93 did against 1960, 1 by 1 out of the sneaky? Yeah, I mean, that is... It's not the first time we've seen it, so... Now is what the buildings are, like, starting to look like. What you'd need for that to be a play. Everything is red. That's what it's got to be. But the problem is they have to hold that now. They didn't execute that as well as it needed to be. My brother needs to up his game, lol. 93 was winning on buildings when they did that. We'll see. Big swarm from AVG. AVG's already taken back one of their altars, and now they're on their way to getting the second one back. I don't know, man. I don't think I'm gonna... I don't think we're seeing 3,000 points worth of buildings here from GV77. But we'll see. I'm not convinced. These buildings just keep switching hands, too. What does Master Strategies do? You can teleport your marches to another part of the battlefield, but you can only do it once in the game. It's a big play. But they didn't use Master Strategy, they used Sneaky Tactics. Based on my math, 3 minutes extra points is equal. They still have the point lead per minute. And AVG just scores the arc. I think that's very reasonable to do in this instance. Low score game, maybe? Oh no, this is going to be a high scoring game with arcs getting scored like that. I mean, I guess the buildings are switching hands a lot, but... Is Master Strategies and Sneaky Tactics available in normal too? Yeah, they are. They're not commonly used. You gotta kind of know what you're doing. If you are enjoying the stream, throw a like on here, consider subscribing. This is fun to watch. Rallies in. GV had an issue with the start. You're not playing, but this is not our usual start, says Mars Invasion. Okay. Looking for the action here. Well, Sky Altar looks like it's going to flip back here. This is all just set up for the next arc.
Let it be, all that weakness, rest in peace. I learned about the recipe when I was younger, recklessly. Now I'm chasing the glory, gonna be fine. Working so hard, matter of time. Never give up, how we define. Taking my chances, breaking a climb. I'ma show them how it's done. On the top level we run. For Osiris, for my son. We show up and pack a punch. This is war. We step up, we gon' never fold. This is legacy, they gon' know me when I go. So rain down all you want, but our power is in the sun. And when our plan's still alive, our nation will become victorious.
5 minutes and 20 seconds here till this next arc. We're just kind of looking through the buildings here and chilling for now. This is kind of the calm before the storm. Because the arc was scored recently, there's just not as many ability points for this next fight. Although, AVG is probably going to have a full bar. They only used one thing. GV has to win the next arc? Not necessarily. They've been able to eke out a building point advantage for many minutes now, so honestly, the scoreboard is going to be pretty even by the time this arc spawns in. I personally do not have a team in the Grand Prix now. Honestly, I just haven't had time for playing Arc. Like, once I started casting very regularly, it's like, man, I don't know. Casting plus playing is rough. GV is dominating the altars. That's their win condition. Well, right now, 3 of them are AVG. They were anyways. Yeah. Welcome to the caster problem. The moment you make an observation, the opposite observation can be made. Yeah. No, I get it. Hey, I get it. Arc is too much practice and you cast too. Yeah. Teams spend a lot of time practicing these days, which is awesome. Chat, what's good? GV77 looking like they're already staged for this arc, which they should be at 3 minutes till arc. Honestly, it's AVG that's late at this point. This is a late entry for AVG. Mars Invasion says, I can't find time anymore to practice. Yeah, I definitely get that. These teams put in the work, chat. It's true. Oh, this guy's about to get rolled. He figured it out. Nope, I'm out of here, he says. He's kind of... So what is this player doing? He's scouting. Because they don't have vision, right? Like, the scouting is super relevant. I can change the visual range here. Like, this is what blue sees. I guess they do have this sentry down. So they did have some vision, actually. I think AVG is in big trouble for this arc. You either show up to practices or you give your spot to someone else. Yeah, there it is. All right. AVG in position, or at least getting there. Oh, there's the siege tower. GV77 with the bog down. Trapping them in place. Bit of a rough engage here. Like, you got half the marches engaged already and the other half still walking to the fight. But they go for the bog down Heaven's Grace combo, which is nice. And dust up from AVG. We do see the bog down hitting. Dust up for both teams now. Kind of surprised that AVG is not committing more to this fight. I wonder if they're planning a Master Strategist backswing here. To Mr. Hope, this dev account looks like a free-to-play account. Oh, that's funny. Dot, please. Want to see the numbers? Sorry, one sec. Yeah, it's looking very good, in my opinion, for GV. This is just about over. The sad face math does not lie. The reason I think that AVG must have a backswing play planned is because they did not use enough points. We've only seen 3 abilities used from them, whereas we see almost the entire bar of GV77. So, I mean, I think they're going to Master Strategist on top of this arc. It feels to me like the only reason you'd do what they just did. Unless they thought they used a skill but didn't or something. I don't know. Yeah, they're going for this arc. They might not even Master Strategist. They just walk. Oh, yeah, they are going. This is what it looks like to be going for the arc. This is a little confusing, though. Looks like somebody went the wrong way, took a detour. What do we got? We're just waiting now. It's just a matter of time before this arc clash happens yet again. Looks like there's not going to be a good route for AVG to walk to this arc. And they didn't use... What are they doing with their abilities? Honestly, I'm not sure. Now I'm confused. They must have a trick up their sleeve, but why? I think this carrier gets knocked down, but there's no relevance of that. There's not enough field here to do anything with it. I just don't think there's enough here. Alrighty. Arc is down, but GV77 is just going to be able to resume course with this thing. Yeah, it's walking. I don't see really a path for AVG to get this arc at this point. There was originally, I would have thought. They just don't have enough committed to this area. And there's no way they can get there in time. Everybody's locked up at this desert altar. Chat says good play by GV. Ooh, Liucha Alexander the Great cruising around the field here. We're keeping our eye on the arc because this is like the one and only thing where the match could go sideways, like truly sideways. I know there's a lot of cool stuff happening other places. But that arc, it's the only thing that could, like, if it goes wrong, holy, it changes the nature of the match. But I think at this point, it's looking very safe. A lot would have to go wrong for this arc to have any different of an outcome. All right, chat, we can see where the action is now. Let's get a look around. I think this is about to be a little spicy moment. Although it doesn't look like GV77 has enough here, but these marches are low from AVG. Rally's in, but the field is all tied up in this mess. A lot of Archer rallies in this match, which is kind of interesting, because I think the Cav Garrisons kind of counter that. Rally's going both ways here. For a mixed group, AVG is looking very good. Yeah, honestly, like, they're doing great. I assume AVG is one of the community teams. Is that right? Both teams using energetic. Yeah, it's a group of kingdoms, chat says. AVG has a lot of players from 2973. It's a community team from the names. That's what I gathered from the names in there. GV77 has just got very big building control, though. It's hard to deal with that. And the points per minute have just been that way the entire match. So the fact that they're holding an arc and they've got this building game is really good for them. I think they continue to hold for close to the 8 minutes. And then go for just one last arc in this game. But there definitely is enough time for one more arc. Gotta say, some of the community teams are a lot better this season. I like this new format a lot, where in stage 1 of the tournament, you really need to be a top performer to earn your spot for stage 2. I think it's good. I think it's appropriate. I mean, if you're going to beat an Ark of Osiris division winning team, you're going to have to be really good. Where's 1960 and 1093? I believe that they don't play until stage 2 of the tournament. This is stage 1. So for those of you joining late and are wondering about this tournament format, stage 1 has 2 brackets. There's an international server bracket, and there's a Chinese server bracket. So for each of the brackets, there's 16 teams. In those 16 teams, 12 of them come from the second and third and fourth place teams in each realm. And 4 of them are community teams. So with those 16 teams, there are 4 round robins happening now. And there can be only one winner of each round robin to advance. So there will be 4 international server teams and 4 Chinese server teams that advance to stage 2 from stage 1 of the tournament. They will be joined by 8 teams. Those 8 teams are the 4 winners of the international realms and the 4 winners of the Chinese realms. And that's when things really heat up. But this is a very close match. You'll love to see it, honestly. Rallies in on this building, but it's on its own. Yeah, all the realm champions skipped stage 1. That's right. Big brawl here at the Sky Altar. At this point, wait a minute. Hold up. That's so interesting. So did they just take out the carrier but not pick it up because they don't want to reset the timer? Is that what just happened? What just happened there with the Ark? Chat. All right, they're picking it up. Are they picking it up? They're picking it up now. Nobody noticed. That's what I'm wondering. Like, you knock out the carrier, nobody notices, and then you fail to score the Ark, and it resets. That would be the play there. All right. Well, Daddy Horse figured it out. So, GG. Good call not resetting the arc. Oh, wow. This is a very active chat. Yeah, I mean, when the stream's got like, let's say under 1,000 people in it, maybe under 500. It's a great time to be active in the chat. After a certain point, chat, the nature of chat changes pretty dramatically when you have a certain number of people. This is a great size stream to be active in the chat. 50 seconds left. Time to score the arc. Any moment now. You think they're gonna wait till the very last moments and score this thing? There it is. Arc is in. All right. Good. So 8 minutes till arc. It's going to leave about 8 minutes and 50 seconds to score another arc. Now it gets spicy. Now it's getting spicy. Sneaky tactics play again. What is the cooldown on sneaky tactics? It's funny, you don't normally see a team pull sneaky tactics so early in the match. I don't know what the cooldown is. Could you do it again? Yeah, the 93 only used it twice. Could be pretty long. Well, they used it super early, so they could sneaky tactics again. So they could pull a 93 here to delay the arc with sneaky tactics, theoretically. I don't know. That's a lot of delay. Like, they're going to have to delay it 8.5 minutes. Yeah, AVG's got 3 skills not revealed, so who knows what they're cooking with. But AVG's fallen pretty far behind. Even if they get this arc, it does not guarantee that they win. They would need to be provisioning, which they are. Which they are! Ooh, but both teams are provisioning. Okay. Chill your roll, Chiscool. Just slow your roll. Wonder if these teams are going to use to the death. It's falling off. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. This is a very close leaderboard right here. Obviously, it's in favor of GV77, but it's still like 1 arc striking distance, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Dido Garrison, bro. Did you know it's 2024? We're pushing to 2025. Man, life's short, let me tell ya. Time flies. It's because they used the Archer rally? Yeah, for sure. It's a great choice for putting in the Archer rally. It's just funny. Because you do not usually see this.
to find your destiny. Worship a man or a shrine. Can both recall a scattered in the wild sound of wardrobes. Tearing down all the enemies. You better capture the arcs. The carry
AVG probably going to make a big play on this arc now. They're already there. This is really where the action's going to be here. 2377 has grown so much. That is very true. Even if they win this arc, they still have to win buildings. Yeah, this arc's not enough. They're too far behind on the buildings. For a community team, they're doing great, but they just need more. They need more than they've got here. AVG needs something big here. All right. 2:30 till the arc spawns. It's time for action. The GOAT with the siege. I mean, I would expect nothing less from a GOAT, you know? Big siege plays in the middle. Tower goes burr. Oh, yeah. Dude, I swear. The real advantage of putting down a tower is it's basically like the only way to taunt your enemy into doing something they maybe shouldn't do is you put a siege tower down. Yep. I mean, you gotta love this, man. Right? Like, that's just funny. The tower's like, hey, hold up. Let me get a little closer. 120 till arc, though. I mean, this is where the action has to be. The GOAT pushing his luck. That's why he's Lecky, not lucky. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, they walked away. Oh, the GOAT's back at it. Bog down. Double bog down. Look at this Venn diagram we got going over here. GV77 to the death. AVG also using to the death. So not that many tricks left up the sleeves here. I mean, even if they have more cards to play, they won't have the energy to do it. Towers go pew pew, but then boom boom when the skills go off. I mean, that tower is cooking. And this one guy charged at the tower. He's like, no way am I letting you tower. Ain't no way. But he's going to get wrecked. So that's funny. Who wins this, man? 77's winning. Are they? Who is winning, though? Just a pure battle of attrition? Dot mode? It's the only way to know, chat. Ooh, those sad faces. 77 has the arc. Aptly named Daddy Horse. Literally riding a horse with the arc. Arc is down. Dot mode not looking so good for AVG. Noble effort. But GG's. Yeah, I agree, chat. A good effort, but some GG's here. All right, so now we see if they take it on the backswing, but they're out of ability points to do anything, so I don't know. At this point, if you are GV77, you just score the arc, and then you kick back, sipping your pina coladas, because you've got this locked up. This is the only correct response, and they are using it. Everybody go to the arc. It's one of those moments where what should we do is very simple. Chad is already throwing the congratulations. Let's not be premature. It probably is a GV77 game. But until this arc is scored, we got to slow our roll here. Only when the arc is at the building can we go, yep, GG's. All the blue lines. I mean, there's only one thing to do, you know? Like, this is the one and only thing to do right now. This is it. And they have 33 seconds to do it. There's no way they get there on time. This arc is done. I think it was probably incorrect to use to the death in that arc. I think they needed to reserve those points and use a sneaky tactics, and then maybe they could have won it. But even if they did that to get the arc, they're behind on board, so it's pretty tough. I would say for a community team, though, like, this is a very impressive showing for AVG. The thumbs up. And there it is. Daddy Horse locking in that W for GV77. GG's. Well played. We've got 6 minutes left in the match, but I think at this point it is mostly a formality. Now, for those of you wondering, oh, is that it for the arc casting for the day? No. It is not the end of the arc casting for the day. We have another match to spectate, and it is like 5 minutes after this match ends, we go right into the next one. It is fast-paced today, chat. Dust Up activated. We can cruise around the map looking for the action. But at this point in the match, I am looking to the chat for the action. Because I think at this point, it's all just a formality. With a 10K differential here, there's no coming back. It would take a true miracle. Am I personally going for the upcoming city scan? I am, actually. How could I not go for the boat city theme? This is the coolest city theme that's ever been put in the game. I mean, you know, my personal opinion as a caster. I guess I should say as a player, not as a caster. I still feel like the anchor and boat animations from YSS are the best ever. And I don't know how they're ever going to top them. I do actually genuinely like the Tariq ibn Ziyad animation, though. That's a good one. That sword coming down. The hype kind of builds before it slams down. You wish you could train, but you're gassed on speeds from KVK. Yeah, this... you know what my strategy is for that? Is I just keep too many speed ups on the account. I remember one day Cortex was looking at my speed ups and he's like, I've never seen a whale have so many speed ups. Like, normally whales can train and they use gems, but you actually have speed ups for this. I was like, yes. Yes, I do. If only I had the reserves. You'd like to see the YSS skill activate with the new skin? Have 2 ships? True! True. True, true, true. That's a good one. Good game. Thank you for covering it, Chiscool. Hey, cheers. My pleasure. Big thank you to the makers of Rise of Kingdoms for inviting me to cast on the official channel. It's always my honor to cast on the official channel. And I think this year's Grand Prix is looking like it's going to be the best one yet. I think this new format is looking really good. I think the new format gives the community teams an opportunity to rise up. It gives the teams that didn't win their divisions an opportunity to prove that, hey, you know what? I deserve to be on the grand stage. Okay, prove it, right? You'll love to see it. I think it's good. I think it's all really good. And only after the best have truly been identified do we then have stage 2 of the tournament. And that's where we turn up the heat. I like it. Can you explain Osiris and the best way to win? There's really 3 pathways to points. Holding buildings, scoring arcs, and gathering at caravans. But of the 3 ways to make points, there's 2 that define the game. It's either arcs or it's buildings. Sneaky tactics. That's kind of cool. Got cast over here. Unlike these marches only. Oh, the rally too. Did you know you could cast that on a rally, chat? Look at that. The rally's in stealth mode. That's funny. Learn something new every day. So chat, here's the deal. Within 5 minutes of this match ending, I'm going to show an intermission screen. The timing is going to be slightly wrong on the intermission screen. We'll fix it for tomorrow's matches. Don't worry. And then we'll have more matches. Pretty hype. So there you have it. GV77 advances. They won on arcs. They won on occupation. They didn't win on provisions, but they got the total kills to lock it up. Stick around, folks, because in a matter of minutes, we'll get to the next match. Here's the intermission screen, but it's actually about 5 minutes from now. So back in less than 5 for the next match. All right, here's the brackets. We'll be right back. We got more games to spectate.
Wake up, sundown, creatures and gods around. Beware, prepare, it's dangerous, they'll linger in the dark. Climb from below, temples and tombs will fall down. your sacred land. Make way to the afterlife. What was once your palace, now your grave. Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies. Across the vast wild desert, move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings. Find your destiny and the metric and the omen of the mind.
Hey, to have peace, yes, Lord, there must be strife. I already see the end of life. I step to death, my eyes are open. I read and told them there's a light. Eternal life awaits me, yes. No one can dare deny me. I'll gladly give my life for my people. Can my kingdom point the way? That's a small price to pay. To God to pray every day. To the promised land, I understand the higher, the highest height. And the lower, the lowest depths. I'm not afraid of my last breath. Life ain't nothing but a test. May the gods only know what's next.
Alarms, hear the voice of God, and the best come to your sacred land. Make way to the afterlife. What was your palace, now your grave. Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies. Across the vast wild desert, move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings. Find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind.
My eyes are open, eternal morning. The crown is golden. I have been chosen. My eyes are open, eternal morning. The crown is golden. I have been chosen.
Awaken your soul, dive and devour the Red Sea. Take control and drown the enemies. Across the vast wild desert, move your feet along to the rhythm of the sand. Rise and sharpen up your spear. Aim your bow, make them bow down in fear. Chaos and new beginnings. Find your destiny in the metric and the omen of the mind. Bonfire is blazing so bright, calling the fight from the ancient lands. We stand from dawn to twilight. The empires rise and conquer. In the wild face of danger, carry on to the victory. You better take a deep breath. Each dawn it brings a bitter fight. Another chill may run down your spine. Fear looks beyond the other side. Carry on to the glory, to the great victory. Never give up till you die. Never give up in this life. For every word that you win bright, it's time to become. Never give up on your mind. Hold your weapons, strive and fight. For every kingdom that falls and rise, it's time to become legendary. Chaos will sharpen your knife. Make way to find your destiny. Worship a man or a shrine. Temples where colors scattered. In the wild sound of wardrobes, tearing down all the enemies. You better capture the arcs. The carriers may bug you down. Set up for the swift that's right. Sneaky Texas work as your best alive. Carry on to the glory, to the great victory. Never give up till you die. Never give up in this life. For every word that you win bright, it's time to become. Never give up on your mind. Hold your weapons, strive and fight. For every kingdom that falls and rise, it's time to become legendary. Across the ancient lands, stories will be told. How you struggle, how you try to define the world. With a sacred name, you are give up till you die. Never give up in this life. For every war that you win, pray. It's time to become. Never give up on your mind. Hold your weapons prime and fight. For every kingdom that falls to rise. It's time to become legendary. In the dark, creatures crawl into the underworld. Afterlife, an abyss protects you. In the light, goddess of the sun brings you life. A deity, best it is her name. Come learn the ways of man. Become one with the sand. The fate is in your hands. It's time to fight. You will rise, not fall. Never lose hope on the ground. We are one for all. The truth will always conquer. Capture the earth, chasing your mark. Get on mystical formation. Turn on the walls, beat on the drums. Let us claim this is war. In the dark, a river flows. The Nile is so power. A morning star is seen in our side. In the light.
All right, everybody. Match begins in just a few seconds. Once I'm in the match, we'll switch the views so you can see it too. And here we are. Final match of the day, everybody.
It's time to fight. You will rise, not fall. Never lose hope.
We've got 16 OT battling versus WIB. All right, folks. There are two WIBs. No, there's only one WIB. So let me explain. We are in a group stage. So there's 4 teams in each grouping. And every team plays against every other team in the group. So earlier in the stream, we saw WIB play against 34. Another team in their grouping is 16OT, which is who we're watching them play now. One minute till the match begins, folks. I'm going to turn Simplify Graphics off here. You're here for the full art, baby. 40 seconds till the match begins. Looks like we're all set up to go here. Chad, who do you think is going to win? W background music. Here we go. The match begins, and they're off to the races. We're going to stay zoomed out at the start, just so that we can see the flow of where everybody's going. I've found that this seems to be a better way of getting a sense of where everybody's headed. All right. Now let's see here. Looking like a pretty standard opener. Mirrored gameplay on both sides. This is what we expect at the start of the match. Abla's timing is close enough. Slight favoring here to 16 OT. And it's really in the next 20 seconds we'll start to get a picture of where the team has prioritized putting their marches. This is where it's going to get spicy. You can also see where they drop their sentries, which is pretty informative. All right, folks. Looking like the split is mostly focused on the inside lanes, Desert Altars. Some people attending to the outside, Sky Altars and Shrine of Life, but minimal, which is what you would expect. This is looking like a pretty standard opener here, especially with Energetic deployed for both teams. All right, in just a moment, we zoom in. I will point out that, I mean, it is looking like WIB might have the jump on some of these locations here. Let's see how this works out. This rally transporting troops ends up being pretty important. Desert Altar looks pretty safe. I mean, as safe as can be, given that it's about to be hit, but there's nothing unusual about the way this is setting up right now. Chat, how many points do you think this game is going to be? A 5,000 point game? The difference between the two teams' final score is a 10,000 point game? What do you think? Chat says 3,000 point game. Here we go. Combat's in. Chat says, oh, we got 3K, 5K, and 15K. That would be a one-sided outcome for sure. It's hard to have a matchup with that big a differential. You kind of just need to run up the leaderboard at that point. 15K would be crazy. Yeah, it'd be a lot. WIB in the Desert Altar here. Like I said, these structures look pretty safe, but you never know. Because WIB just completely cleaned this one up. Holy. WIB actually kind of dominating on this side. Chat says Pioneer Arc was pretty good. Bit more scenery. Cool. 3 altars right now in the hands of 1846. The real key to this first altar grab is the first capture points. So if they hold this for another 2 minutes, that's a pretty big deal. I don't know that they will, though, because they've pushed up, and it looks like they're trying to reset their marches, maybe. Not, like, urgently, like they're throwing them on the cities, but they're trying to sort of gum up this part of the field while getting reset. The animation from Herman Prime and also Liu Che looks really cool in this ball fight, actually. Like, you can see the dragons swinging through. You can see the wolf bouncing up. Those are some very good skill animations, honestly. And now they're resetting on the cities at this point. Which, like, awkward timing. Because a minute and 10 seconds, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to hold this thing. And they're so close to being able to hold it. Oh, what a race against time this is going to be. The rally's not full. Oh, man, I don't know. This could be held. This guy just needs to swarm. Yeah. Yeah, they figure it out. Like, okay, I'm swarming right away. I don't know if they can get this in 30 seconds if this garrison is full. Oh, this is a big moment right here. I don't know if they can beat this clock. 15 seconds. I don't think they're going to get it. That garrison. Oh, they get the first capture points. Wow. A wizard is never early, nor are they late. They arrive precisely when they intend. Too slow to swarm? I mean, you couldn't have planned it any more closely than that. That was pretty fantastic by WIB. Yeah, I mean, you can't plan it any more closely than that. That is as close as it gets. Now, for those of you wondering, will there be more casting tomorrow? The answer is yes. Yes, there will be. So if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. Throw a like on the stream. I appreciate your support. And of course, you can check out my channel, linked in the description. I haven't decided if I'm doing a video today on my own channel. It's rough on casting days to cast and make content for my own channel. It's a lot, man. Great comeback going on for 16 OT with these buildings. I suppose really the middle is where we need to be, though. Make a vid about the migration mail. Arms training video. I have so much I need to do. I also am going to a wedding tonight, which is pretty exciting. It's the wedding of one of my childhood best friends, which is so cool. And we sort of had a falling out growing up, but we're still friends. It's pretty cool. Collab with a big brain player who is not a streamer. Do you have a big brain? Want to make a video? Message Chiscool Gaming. Of course, at this point, we're just having some casual conversation as we wait for the action to unfold here in the middle. This is where the match-defining stuff happens. Although I will say, WIB's opener is pretty match-defining. Double the score is a big deal. Dust up. Top 8 Zenith are from WIB. Boy, is it sure relevant what continent you're on, huh? Everybody's grouping up here, but we only have 40 seconds. If OT doesn't do something soon, this is going to be hard. Okay, there we go. I mean, it had to be now, right? There's the engage, pretty clean by both sides. Bogged down in Heaven's Grace. Ooh. Okay. So a bit of a different stance from these teams on what they think is meta. Pretty cool. I like the Heaven's Grace play, honestly. I don't know that it's better than Bogged Down, but it's a great skill. If you're going to use that skill because it's a healing factor, popping it early was the way to go, which they did. Map is slightly more red than blue, so OT's really got to get this. They are down a full 2,000 points on board. Yeah, there it goes. OT's got the arc. Really good grab there. Really good take by OT. Arc is down. Chat's requesting dot mode now to see the real details. Who's winning? Ooh. Big sweep coming here from WIB. And WIB gets the arc. Ooh. This is looking good for WIB. Not so good for OT. So, OT is losing this mid fight, and the question is, will they attack the arc again on the backswing? I don't know. I think we're seeing that there's a reason why teams use Bogged Down and not Heaven's Grace as the preferred skill for this fight. Arc carriers on their way. All right, well, this puts us in an interesting spot. WIB is looking like they are very well positioned for this match. They can do buildings and they can do arcs. It's GG's. OT needs a plan B. Yeah, they're going to need some help here. Granted, this is some curious pathing for this arc. Going right past this desert altar that's already not in their own hands. That carrier's awfully lonely. Kind of incredible, really. Carrier is fully and completely solo carrying. Oh, man. I mean, it happens to work out, right? But wow, that is a confident move from WIB. That is big confidence right there. Carrier's fine. You do it yourself, bro. Okay. Whatever you say. I mean, in this case, it works out. Look at that. That's incredible. Saladin Ethel is kind of an interesting tech play. I wasn't expecting to see that. Sky Altar in the hands of OT. The problem is that they're behind on board and arcs. So if you're WIB, do you just hold this arc, chat? Is that the game plan? Capture when you're winning, mid with big numbers. Yeah, I mean, I think you wait till your ability bar is kind of where you want it to be. You got good field control. You got the buildings you want to have. You got your old timing all sorted out. Boom, you cap that arc. But there's no pressing need for them, given that they have a lead already and an arc in hand. So I think they want to run down this clock a fair amount here. And Ethel Trajan on the field. You know, you used to see it all the time, but you don't anymore. Chat says bottom lane. Yeah, the arc is safe, though. This rally is going to get worn down. We got to find the next action. It is cool you can see the city themes now to know kind of what buffs people are using. The WIB fishing mod, chat says. Well, there is this water off to the side. If you get bored during the match, you go fishing, you know? Visit the pyramids, you go fishing. You got options. Joking aside, we did just have a fishing event in game. I got some pretty good rewards, and you can hold your fish between fishing sessions, which is kind of nice. So you can trade them in for a fancy catch. We'll just pretend you put it in the deep freezer, so the fish is still fresh, you know? This outpost. I don't know. I think this guy should reinforce it, but it's kind of too late now. Oh, it might be the same player who's in there. Oh, he figured it out. He reinforced it. Oh, yeah. That was the way to do that. Holy. Woo! Yeah, the thumbs up. They're like, yes, thank you, Chiscool. I got you. The funny thing is that there's a 5-minute delay, so there's no way that those activities are actually coordinated in any way. Oh man. All right, here we go. Rally getting swarmed. Cooked. Arc has been scored, so in just a matter of minutes here, we'll see some middle action. Desert Altar, big pressure. And WIB is looking really good. Chat wants to see some reports. Theoretically, I could start to pull some battle reports if you're interested, chat. Chat is saying, I will point out, my projection of 15k point lead is closer and closer to a reality. Yeah, I think if this next arc gets scored for WIB, then it's looking awfully difficult for OT to come back from that position. We got the middle here, 432 till arc. I suspect that WIB is going to make this a priority, because if they get this arc, I mean, at some point they just run up the leaderboard, honestly. I don't know if it came down to it, if leaderboard will be the tiebreaker mechanism, but WIB did not win their first game. So they have to win this, and they have to win their next one to maybe have a chance. And they need 34 to lose 2 times, which is unlikely. Actions at the Desert Altar. 325 till arc. OT needs a plan C now. Garrison looks pretty safe. Arc looks pretty safe. We'll see what happens by this arc. Now, since we have this opportunity and we're just kind of chilling, does anyone want me to explain the bigger picture tournament format again? Or is everybody fully on board with the way this tournament format works? Show the points per minute? Sure. 390 to 440 in favor of WIB. Connor says, I have no clue how the qualifiers work. All right, so let me explain it. The tournament has two stages. Stage 1 is the qualifiers. Stage 2 is a double elimination tournament. Now, some teams automatically make it to stage 2 of the tournament. If you won your realm for Ark of Osiris League, you automatically make it to stage 2. So the 4 international server teams and the 4 Chinese server teams that won their realms automatically advance. That's 8 teams already locked in for stage 2, the double elimination. The remaining 8 teams are determined by stage 1. 4 of them will be from the international server. 4 of them will be from the Chinese server. To get to that 4, there's a round robin with 16 teams. The 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place team from each realm is participating. That's 12 teams. And then 4 community teams are participating. By the way, big skills in for the mid-fight here. Big moment in this mid-fight. Scoreboard is not so far off that if OT scores this arc, they're right back in it. Who's it going to be? The arc is in. It's neutral. Okay, arc is in OT's hands again. They did this last time where they got the arc first, but ultimately were not the last ones standing. I don't know who's going to win this. This is looking like OT might have it. OT might be back in this game, chat. We might have been wrong to write them off early. Hold up. Hold up. OT is kind of cooking here. They used To the Death, which was a big skill to deploy. They've used Total Vision, which was a big skill to deploy. Plan C is working. True. Well, OT's got the arc, y'all. This is exciting. It looks like WIB will contest it on the backswing. So here they come. Does everyone have the same accounts in the qualifiers? Yes, everybody's got the exact same building blocks here. So what we're watching is the group stage. And like I mentioned, it's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place team from each realm. There's 4 realms, so that's 12 teams and 4 community teams. That gets you to 16 teams. They are broken down into 4 different divisions that are doing round robin. We're watching the round robin right now. The winner of each of the divisions of round robin advances to stage 2. So that means there's 4 international teams and 4 Chinese server teams that will advance. Arc is moving, but definitely under pressure. OT looking really good here. Plan A was to capture the arc, Plan B was to capture the buildings, and Plan C was to do both A and B at the same time. True. True. I think that is almost the exact way that most teams think about the sequence of how they approach this. Arc is kind of chilling. I mean, I get that it dropped, but I don't think it's getting picked up by WIB anytime soon here. I don't know. Maybe they can delay it long enough for this presence to get over there. They should get over there. There's no reason to be here anymore. They should get this arc. Try to swing it over to this desert altar. Honestly, WIB is shockingly close to doing this, except too many people are defending the altar instead of pushing the arc. That exact same fight happening on top of that arc is night and day of the outcome of this match. I don't know what they're up to here. I don't know why they gave up on that arc. I think they could have took it. Low chance, but like they might have been able to do it. But now there's no chance. Now it's over. So if you are OT, do you score this arc fast or do you hold it? What do you think, chat? This match got spicy. Chat says score fast. There's no way to get 3 more arcs total, like this one and 2 more. That is super unlikely. So, given that there's only 1 more arc realistically, you can hold till it's convenient for you. And then the next one, if you win that, you hold until the door is closed for the opposing team. But WIB still has a healthy building lead here. So even though 3,500 points hit the board, WIB's got the lead. Both teams cooking. All right, Desert Altar flips. Arc is still chilling. I don't know, man. Suppose we can go to the points per minute here. It benefits WIB. That's where they want to be. They'd rather be holding the arc than not, but points per minute's pretty nice. Kind of funny that Henry still sees play, huh? 2024. Matilda and Freddy? That's probably a filling march. I feel like Caesar makes for a better filling march, but you know. Sky Altar, big swarm here. Arc is still in hand. Altar flips WIB. Points per minute? 380 to 410. What do you think, chat? What do you think? OT could win this. But WIB's goal should rightfully be leveraging a points per minute lead to get so big that even if OT were to score a second arc, they can't win. That's kind of their goal. And they are on the doorstep of accomplishing that. But they aren't there yet. OMG, those are William Wallace's. Yeah, I mean, Liucha Wallace is legit. It is legit. Suppose you'd use Wallace as the primary, though, of course. You think Wallace is too slow for Arc? I mean, I do get that March speed is the name of the game. You can see everyone's pretty much the Ottoman Civ here. Here comes the cavalry. Arc did get captured here. So 7 minutes till spawn. That'll leave 12 minutes to capture that Arc. More than enough time, honestly. Theoretically, if you scored the Arc fast enough, there's room for 2 Arcs in this, right? It'd be cutting it pretty close, but it's conceivable. And the way the scoreboard's moving, they may need that. Honestly, they may need that. We'll see. Is it true that cavalry are being nerfed? What do you mean? I have not heard of a cavalry nerf. Speed is just too important. Speed is crucial. I agree with that. You've got 4 cavalry marches. Woo! I think that's a bit of an overcommitment. 3 marches of any one troop type. Or sorry, yeah. 3 is the most I would do. 4 is that's a little aggressive. I remember back in the day, there were players that would use 7 marches of cavalry in KVK. Holy. You remember some of those players? You definitely make some sacrifices to pull that off, but One is for garrisoning. It's Saz. It was Saz. That's who I was thinking of, yeah. It's honestly kind of funny. You've got only one Cav March? Well, you can see they're pretty meta here in Ark of Osiris. We're prepping now for the Ark fight here. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Here comes a rally, though. Let's spectate this. Archer rally on its way in. Asher Benapal rallies in here. I almost called it a Nebu rally. He is Nebu 2.0. All right. WIB's got this thing kind of not locked up, but it's pretty safe. Let's go look at the middle here. Nothing. WIB has pulled ahead on points pretty consistently here, so OT probably ends up needing another arc after this one. Right? Like, they're in trouble on this leaderboard. And To The Death is still in the pocket here for WIB. I think we're going to see To The Death. Here's what I predict. WIB is going to use To The Death and Bog Down. They take this arc and they hold it. That's their game plan. Two minutes left for this arc. GG for WIB, chat says. We'll see. $136 left in the spawn. There's room in this game for 2 arcs, potentially, and that's what OT needs to win. If they get 2 arcs, they probably win this game. But look at that, 4,000 point differential. That is brutal, man. WIB is just dominating this building game. At 350 points per minute with, 10 minutes left, it's going to be close, even if OT gets these arcs. OT dust up. So they go dust up Total Vision and Heavens, I suppose. WIB went Heavens. OT went Heavens. WIB went To The Death. So To The Death makes it so you can't get healing. So that's like a weird combination of skills to use. I don't know how I feel about that, chat. Granted, To The Death hits a limited number of players, whereas the healing ability Heaven's Grace hits everybody. That's a weird way to run the skills. Bro, WIB is getting cooked. Yo, WIB is getting blasted, bro. WIB is getting blasted, bro. This is not even close. All right, so OT is on the warpath. They're doing what they need to do here. Counting out OT early might have been the silliest thing we've done all day. OT seems to have really, like, locked in, man. All their buildings are gone, though. Yeah, so at this point, WIB may be just going for the guaranteed W, which would be to get enough building points that they cannot be passed. So at this point, WIB just needs to delay the arc long enough to not be carried. This is going to be a tough one. Okay, carriers got it. They really can't afford to lose this time. They need to score this arc as fast as possible. I mean, it's even going to be cutting it kind of close to do another arc. Look at the points per minute. Ooh, that is rough. No time for another arc. They'll only have 1 minute to score. Yeah, and they don't have an ability on the bar that'll help them either. Man, they really needed to score the other arc sooner rather than holding it. Holding the arc ends up being a huge error for them, I think. We got a big brawl over here. I would prefer to stay kind of focused on the arc in this altar area. WIB could... I don't know. It'd be very hard for them to yoink this arc. Arc needs more protection. I kind of agree. I think they might be fine, though. Like, the arc's going to fall down. They're not going to get a second arc opportunity anyways. So if they're not getting another arc opportunity, they got plenty of time to score this. The problem is that this arc is not going to be enough anymore. Yeah, so I mean, it takes longer than they have for another arc. Chat says there's no chance at this point that WIB loses this. And I think the board is going to narrow, but I also feel pretty confident in WIB's position in this match. The position WIB is in is the position you want to be in. It's secured unless OT farmed 5k points. Well, they are farming. They are definitely farming, and I do not see a lot of farming here from WIB. Just one caravan from WIB at the moment. I mean, caravans could do something. There's really no reason to do what they're doing with this arc. They should just score it. There it is. They probably want to get their own obelisk back, though. They haven't figured it out. This is going to end up being a problem for them. I'm pretty curious to see what WIB does if they get this obelisk. Nobody's figured it out. There's 20 seconds left here. Oh my god, nobody figured it out. Chat. I mean, you could swarm cities. I don't know. I assume everybody's got some sort of garrison set up. Okay, here it is. Oh, they got the obelisk. Who's porting? Anybody? There's TP spaces, bro. Nobody ports? Nobody ports? Now that's funny. Okay, I guess. I can't believe they got that obelisk and nobody ported. Like, I don't know what's more unbelievable. The fact that they got the obelisk or the fact that after they got it, nobody ported. $16 OT stocking up here. Chat says I'm surprised to see how red the map is. Yeah, they're kind of dominating the building game here. Still, nobody has even tapped the obelisk. This is just literally right under their noses. WIB is getting points. Whoopsies. Feels like a whoopsie daisies. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter much, does it? Okay. I guess two can play obelisk game. 15 seconds. Ooh, 5 seconds. Is somebody gonna port? Yep. Oh! Yes! Dr. P! All right, bro, what do you got? Probably all his troops are out. Oh! Okay, he's got 3 marches. This map is looking very red. WIB is looking really locked in for this win at this point. He's just gonna swarm this city. That's gonna hurt, bro. I did this little exercise with Yoda 808. It's actually very hard to keep the city in combat. Yeah, that didn't go so well. That, bro. Woo! You were here, chat, for the game highlight. The moment it happened. Well, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, this guy poured it in, but it's like, what am I gonna do? Ethel for Swarm. Yeah, I mean, that didn't work out. He took the obelisk back, but like, what else can you do here? I guess you gotta like scout cities to see which one didn't set up a garrison. Saying it ain't this guy. He set a garrison. Holy. Well, what do you say about that? Ooh, Freddy reinforcement march. Whoopsies. Look at all those 15 health city themes. Yeah, there's a lot of them. It's all about cavalry. Rise of cavalry for Ark of Osiris. 2 minutes left in the match. Not a lot of opportunity to see this scoreboard change. OT does have a big provision score, but it's already on the board, so that's awkward. WIB does 4 cav marches. Now, chat, as a reminder, we'll be back tomorrow for more Ark of Osiris Grand Prix casting. So consider subscribing if you haven't already. My channel is at Chiscool on YouTube. I make regular videos about Rise of Kingdoms designed to help you get value and smash your enemies. And of course, it's been my honor today to cast on the official Rise of Kingdoms channel. We'll be back tomorrow. And I know this match isn't done yet, but we'll be back tomorrow for more of the round robin that will determine who makes it to stage 2. AVG played in the last match. So if you scrub back an hour on this live stream, you can see that match. It has already happened. Energetic has been activated. 1 minute remaining. It is pretty much GG's at about a 6,500 point game, which is still pretty close, but definitely in favor of WIB here. He's still trying to swarm this city. That's funny. It ain't easy to do, chat. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. And he definitely doesn't have enough time to get to the juicy part of this trade. This guy, Ice Judd, is gonna be MVP 100%. It actually doesn't even matter what he did the whole rest of the match. He is about to be MVP. Oh my goodness. I guess if he didn't leave combat, maybe it won't count. We'll find out. Oh, nope, he's MVP. Told you. GG's. Congratulations to WIB. If you enjoyed the stream, throw a like on here, subscribe to the channel. We will be back tomorrow for more casting. Until next time, my friends. You have fun smashing the kingdom. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in tomorrow's stream.